You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, you guys. So salute everybody for tapping on into the channel. Like, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in the building. And let's get right into this video. And I want to shout out to Suri Weathers and Takia Scannell. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. I want to salute you too for subscribing to the podcast show. In between the last couple of videos, I want to shout y'all out and say I appreciate y'all. If y'all want to subscribe to the podcast show, the link definitely is currently pinned at the top of the chat. Y'all can see it up there. To subscribe to the podcast show, man. I appreciate all y'all who support what we do. Look, man, let's get into this video because I want to talk about this situation with comedian Cory Hulcom. As Cory Hulcom, there's a lot of things that's been going on surrounding comedian Cory Hulcom since the incident that he had going on with one Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels, as you all remember, went on Cory Holcomb's 5150 show as a guest, and Mr. Bag Chasing Republican Christian ended up, almost getting into a physical altercation on the set with Cory Hulcom, as we all watched and witnessed on live. Now, it didn't end up going physical. Cory Hulcom caught himself. I think he, thought about being on live, already having issues and stuff that he was dealing with, not wanting to have another issue like that, in the public like that go down. And I just think that he just wanted to, I don't think that he really wanted the heat that was going to come from this situation right here. Right. So now, y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in. Now we come to a different situation to where him and Anton don't get into it. Anton challenges him outside, and it didn't go there. And so basically they could not come to an amicable agreement to continue going on with the show. And so Anton decided that he was going to leave. And Cory basically, trash talked him on the way out. And then the very next day, a video comes out. Right? Well, I wouldn't even say the video comes out. I would say Anton Daniels went on all these different networks saying what he was going, he was going to make $1 million off of what happened with Cory. And, basically taunting Cory, saying he would have beat Cory's ass. All these different things he was saying. Cory, wasn't built like that, blah, blah, blah. So then the tape comes out. And in the tape, we see a videotape, Cory Hulcom get into it with a sister who's a comedian as well, outside of the Hollywood Improv. They get into it, and Cory puts his hands on the woman. Now, in the aftermath of that, Anton Daniels comes out. He goes online, even more bragging about how Cory would not dare put his hands on him. We're basically taunting Cory and saying Cory put his hands on a woman. Now, the video came out through Comedy Hype YouTube network, I believe. And also TMZ had posted this article as well with the video attached. Cory Hulcom, in the aftermath of seeing that happen, well, first of all, I came online and I said, man, they're going to end this dude's career. Because obviously this tape has been had for a while, but it hadn't been put out in front of the world. So somebody had the tape the whole time, didn't put it out, and now it gets put out now, and people didn't understand the allegations were, the allegations were not new as far as, them two having an altercation, but the video was. And so I told people, I said, bro, the way that video was put out, it was put out to destroy Cory Hulcom. Somebody was out here and wanted to make sure that they completely ended this dude as far as his career, right? They wanted to make sure he got exposed, and this, that, and the third. And now Anton Daniels is running around. He's saying, "Hey, man, this dude, he'll step to me. He won't put it. He will step to me and won't put his hands on me, but he'll step to a woman, and put his hands on a woman. You know." And then Anton goes on his rants about this, and a lot of people was going in on Cory about this. When that tape came out, a lot of the narrative shift. You know, and so Cory then he went to his 5150 show and proceeded to really dog Anton Daniels and his family, and it got real personal as he basically went in on Anton Daniels' young daughter and his wife. Now Cory basically, went haywire on them, and a move where a lot of people, was like, man, wow, bro, you went at the kid, what I'm saying, and the wife. But Cory was like, hey, man, it is what it is. Yeah, at this point, what I'm saying, it's all in the game. And so, Anton then comes out and says, hey, man, look, I bow out. What I'm saying? You don't brought my family into this. I don't want no more smoke. And then Anton starts talking lawyer talk. Well, then Cory comes back on the week after that, and he shows a T-shirt. And on this T-shirt, he has a picture of Anton. Was supposed to be a drawing of Anton, and a picture of, or a drawing, I should say, of Anton's daughter and his wife, basically dressed as monkeys. And the T-shirt says, "Hey, don't, don't, involve my family," or something like that. The T-shirt says, and Cory Hulcom actually goes and sells this T-shirt. Now, Cory Hulcom then, leaves off that episode, and in this past week, Cory Hulcom comes back in, and he's going haywire. I mean, haywire on everybody in this case. Now, Cory, he then comes and he goes off on TMZ. Now, again, right? This is a situation that happened between him and comedian Christina Payne at the Hollywood Improv Club, right? Comedy Club, back in December of 2024, right? Now, basically, TMZ put out a report, right, on the incident, including surveillance footage that appeared to show Cory Hulcom, striking this woman, or mushing this woman. Now, it was being put out here by some people that he punched a woman. Cory Hulcom did not like that. And so he spoke out fervently against that, saying, I did not punch the woman, I mushed the woman. Now, a lot of people still thought that Cory was wrong, regardless, for putting his hands on the woman, when he could have just, walked away from that situation based off what we seen in the video. Now, Cory Hulcom came out and he basically said, nah, y'all didn't see the whole video. Y'all only seen one part they wanted y'all to see. So now comes this entire situation with Harvey and these other people over at TMZ, right? So TMZ reported on the incident, including surveillance footage that appeared to show, like we already saw what it showed on the surveillance footage, Cory doing, right? Now, Cory had denied this, it says, and filed for a restraining order against Payne in February 2025, alleging that she initiated the violence by a sucker punch from behind. Now, a judge denied his immediate temporary restraining order, but scheduled a hearing. Now, Cory Hulcom has publicly accused TMZ of mishandling this story and damaging his life and his career, he's saying has happened now. Now, these allegations stem primarily from his statements on his podcast, court filings, and reactions shared across social media and other news outlets. Now, as of right now, from what we know, there hasn't been a formal lawsuit against TMZ reported as of today, though some people speculate based off of Cory's commentary that he is planning on, because Cory actually came on with a lawyer as well. And a lot of people are speculating that Cory is planning on filing a lawsuit against TMZ. Now, Cory Hulcom, in his public statements, right, and things like that, he has come out blaming and blasting TMZ on this situation. He basically, Cory Hulcom, came out and accused TMZ of publishing a partial or misleading video. He claimed that the surveillance video released by TMZ was provided by Christina Payne and only shows part of the altercation, excluding her initial aggression, such as what he claimed sucker punching him in the back while his back was turned and hurling insults at him, right? His mother and his manhood. Now, he argues that this makes him appear as the unprovoked aggressor, the video, distorting the full context of where he was defending himself. Now, in a podcast episode on 5150, he states that he plans to release additional footage to prove his self-defense claim, but can't discuss the case fully yet. Now, he also said that they ruined his career and financial stability. He claimed that TMZ's reporting and video release directly led to canceled comedy shows, lost bookings, and dried up opportunities, effectively ending his career. Now, he specifically mentioned losing a gig in Gary, Indiana on a boat, and others claiming he might end up on welfare due to the fallout. Now, in one statement, he said, "Thank you, TMZ. I lost another gig today. And TMZ, you see what you caused me? You got to do something about that," said Cory Hulcom. Now, he further complained that TMZ's coverage caused him stress, lack of sleep, health issues requiring aspirin and ibuprofen, and a poor stage performances, such as one in Hartford, Connecticut, where he apologized to that audience. Holcomb had emphasized, I should say, that when TMZ reports something, people automatically assume that it's true, which amplifies the damage against him. Now, he's also made accusations of harassment and unfair targeting. Now, Cory Holcomb has accused TMZ of harassing him, including sending paparazzi to question him about allegedly having a gun upon his arrival from Detroit to Los Angeles. Now, he claims that they're trying to portray him as someone who pulled a gun during the incident, despite no witnesses supporting that narrative given the crowd present. Now, he described TMZ's actions as an unfair attack on a small-time comedian with a modest YouTube presence, stating that TMZ launched this against a comedian with a YouTube page that doesn't earn much money. Now, he vowed to expose what TMZ did to him and has obtained legal help to address that situation. Now, he's also spoken on bias and systemic harm to Black men. Now, Cory Holcomb had described TMZ's leadership, specifically founder Harvey Levin, who's a lawyer, and attorney Sean Hawley, noted as associated with TMZ in his claims, accusing them of ruining the lives of Black men in California. Now, he alleged that they formed a tag team responsible for, for putting so many brothers in jail through bias or manipulative practices, and that TMZ is not square business. In a separated but related context, he discussed Mr. Holly's alleged involvement in other cases like Tory Lanez and Danny Masterson. Masterson, excuse me. Now, and he plans to report her to the California bar. Now, he also spoke about denial of prior accusations and emphasis on truthfulness. Now, while not a direct allegation against TMZ, Cory has repeatedly denied punching women, except possibly in a childhood incident, and insisted that he told the truth about the altercation on his show before the video surfaced. Now, he claims the media frenzy, which was fueled by TMZ, has destroyed his reputation despite his maturity and honesty at age 56. Now, Christina Payne, the comedian, she has countered this by saying that the video starts after Cory Holcomb allegedly passed a gun to someone else, and she fears for her life due to his threats. Now, she got emotional reacting to the footage in that TMZ interview she did, which Cory Holcomb was heated about that. So basically, the public reaction, social media, and commentators have criticized Cory Holcomb, and what they say, he doesn't take any responsibility, with some calling his blame of TMZ a deflection from his actions. Now, they saying this, according to the reports, because they're saying that he clearly stepped up and put his hands on the woman when he could have walked away. And he's trying to deflect this as if TMZ is the ones that caused him to step up and put his hands on that woman. Now, he has, however, involved lawyers in response. But here's the thing, others speculate he's building a case to file a lawsuit against TMZ. But right now, no lawsuit has been officially confirmed, as searches for a lawsuit by Cory Holcomb against TMZ has yielded no results as of right now, uh, beyond mere speculation. Now, he has, however, involved lawyers in his response to the incident, right? So now this situation right here has gone even further, because now you have so many people online that have been going in, reacting, making videos, and absolutely fuming about this situation, uh, with Cory Holcomb, and what happened. That video that was released has caused a lot of different reactions within just the black community in general, and things that have been going on surrounding the black community in general. Now, Cory Holcomb, again, he went in hard body on his show about this, and he was damn sure upset, in the things he said and stated about TMZ, and just the claims he made. He was not happy. He's felt like TMZ has purposely, tried to, gaslight, I would say, the situation, is what Cory is saying. And Cory, he is getting a lot of um, backlash about the situation. And there was an incident as well where a man approached Cory Holcomb in the airport, right? And so Cory Holcomb in the airport, he started recording this man, right? Started recording this man in the airport. Now, in the airport, as Cory Holcomb started reporting this man, Cory Holcomb, he basically, questioned the man. The man asked Cory, did he have a gun? Now, Cory basically linked that and was basically saying, hey, man, look what they're doing. They sending reporters after me to press down on me. Now, Cory has said he's lost a lot of gigs. He's lost a lot of jobs over this situation, man. And he says that basically they've ruined his entire career. That's what he's saying. I mean, this is what Cory Holcomb is saying himself. And so a lot of people, like I said, you're seeing a lot of mixed reactions. You got some people that's riding with Cory. You got some people that's saying this dude don't take no accountability. He treats everybody like shit. He put his hands on that girl for no reason. The tape didn't lie. Blah, 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 blah. And so, he's dealing with all of these things. But let's get to it.
I haven't been working a lot of my gigs. I lost a lot of my gigs. So, by the way, thank you, TMZ. I lost another gig today. Gary, Indiana, on the boat. But y'all got me good. Y'all got me good. Y'all got me good. I'm losing gigs. People are saying, Cory, the optics of that video. Yeah. Y'all got me good, TMZ. I'm about to be out here on welfare. I haven't been working a lot of my gigs. I lost a lot of my gigs. So, by the way, thank you, TMZ. I lost another gig today. Gary, Indiana, on the boat. But y'all got me good.
Now, these are some of the things that Cory Holcomb have been stating about what happened with TMZ, right? And so, he's basically been, going hard body on TMZ, and basically stating, again, in lack of better words, he's saying that TMZ had basically, been, been responsible for him losing a lot of gigs and losing his work. Now, as you see, you got people in the comment section. I'm reading the comments. People are trying to say he takes no accountability, and that's his fault. And that TMZ, people are saying that TMZ didn't make him put his hands on that woman. This, that, and the third. And Cory, I think he said that they said that they was trying to say he hit the woman, right? Like punched her. And he's saying he didn't punch the woman. You know what I'm saying? I guess he's trying to say that, it's different as far as, a mush and an actual punch. I guess that's what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to basically explain it from his perspective. And then he was saying that, like the way TMZ was trying to report it, you know what I'm saying? And then he also got into it with rapper Joe Buttons. So basically, rapper Joe Buttons, they have a podcast that you guys already know. And so Joe Buttons, if I'm not mistaken, he came out speaking on the situation. That's what Jump Off Joe Buttons did, right? And so Cory, he got whipped for that and went ham on Joe Buttons. He was so upset, so heated with Joe Buttons because he basically said, "Hey, Joe Buttons, how in the blue hell do you got all these allegations against you, but you coming out here running your mouth about me, right?" And so that's something else, you know, uh, that was going on as well. It's the whole Joe Budden situation, right? Where he claimed that Joe Buttons, Joe Buttons come out running his mouth, but Joe Buttons got all these women saying that he beat the hell out of them, this, that, and the third. Now, apparently, what happened was again, so Joe Buttons and his co-host they discussed that video TMZ released, right? And they criticized Cory Holcomb. So somehow it got back, to Cory Holcomb that they had called him out harshly, right? With Joe reportedly referring to him in a dismissive or mocking terms like calling him a sucker or similar to that during the breakdown of that incident, right? So in retaliation, Cory Holcomb, right? He unleashed a heated rant on the 5150 show about Joe Budden, accusing Joe Buttons of complete hypocrisy and having no room to judge him. Now, he basically labeled Joe Buttons as a serial woman beater. Now, Cory referenced past allegations from Joe Budden's ex-girlfriends or ex-partners, including domestic violence claims that have circulated publicly over the years. Now, he claimed that Joe Budden has a pattern of violence towards women. He said something along the lines of Budden being the pot, calling the kettle black for criticizing him while having his own individual issues with allegedly putting his hands on many women. Now, he called Joe Budden derogatory names like fruit booty buttons, right? And so, he insisted um, that he only had one incident. Cory Holcomb said he basically insisted he only had one incident while he accused Joe Buttons of repeated incidents and behavior in such a negative way. Now, he demanded accountability or even a debate confrontation building on earlier tensions, right? Um, there was a prior beef where Cory Holcomb's questioned Joe Budden's sexuality and wanted to debate him, dating back to at least April 2025 when Cory Holcomb commented on Joe Budden's takes about Will Smith and other topics. Now, apparently, Cory Holcomb's rant was described as insane, crashing out, and dropping bombs in various clips and reactions that people had about it online. So it says he tied it to a broader frustration with people, including podcasters, weighing in on his situation without full context, similar to his ongoing grievances with TMZ. Now, Joe Budden has since fired back in his own rants, including responses involving Jason Lee in some exchanges, essentially dismissing Cory Holcomb's attack, saying that he can't go toe to toe with him and torturing him verbally in a classic Joe style, with many online, right? Basically, siding with Joe Buttons on that whole situation, which, wow. Now, so they had a back and forth. He's also been going in on Tasha K as well, and he also, went in on a couple other YouTubers. He went on the lawyer, um, you know, and he also went in on O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? And so, and other people who he claims had just been using his name or his content for clicks, and you know what I'm saying, and just just to get their views off without, I guess, truly getting to the truth about the situation. Now, Cory, again, he says that he has a whole. He says he has proof. You know what I mean? Now, some people are saying, well, why he didn't put out the proof. Other people are saying, well, he's got a lawyer, and that's what you have court for, and this, that, and the third. So he could be waiting for that. Me personally, I don't know what he has because I'm not there with him. Yet a lead attorney. That's who he went off on. And he made some claims in that case as well. But Cory has been very upset about how a lot of things have been going down. And basically, again, he said that they ruined his career. He basically said that these people have all ruined his career and that he is in a very bad place as far as, his career is concerned because, again, he's claimed they tried to ruin his career, and he's lost gigs, So Cory is, like I said, he's getting criticism from a lot of people over the situation. I'm saying a lot of people chime in and are not happy about, this entire situation that's going on. Now, I would definitely like to know how a lot of people in this comment section feel about, what's been going on with that situation. I think that, a lot of people want to see what evidence Cory said he has as well. And so we'll have to see how this pans out, man. But, Cory, unfortunately for himself, he, has basically put his, has his career in a very, 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 in limbo. Because he said he's losing jobs. He said he just lost, again, he just went on TV the other day and said he just lost another job. He just lost another gig, And so he directly thanked TMZ. So it all seems like it's lined up that this dude, he's going to go after TMZ with a lawsuit. He said he got proof. Now, that's the one thing he said. He said he got proof against TMZ. You know what I mean? He said he got proof against TMZ. So I want to see, what proof he has, against TMZ. I want to see that because let me tell y'all something. And just being honest, you know what I'm saying? Him saying that again, he says that he got, he says that footage was incomplete. That's what he claims, right? And so he said, straight up, now he hasn't released this footage yet to the public, but he mentioned planning to do so, but cited ongoing legal reasons for holding back and not doing it, saying he doesn't want to jeopardize his case, right? So it says no independent verification of this extra video has emerged as of right now in any reports or searches, right? And so he referenced public records as proof that TMZ, especially Harvey Levin and Sean Holly, had a pattern. Like I said, he said they got a pattern for targeting black men in California. He says they use bias reporting and legal maneuvers, right? And so, yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. On his podcast, he claimed that these records show everything that happened and transpired. He claimed, and he accused them of orchestrating attacks or ruining people's lives, right? And so he said he's going to expose it. That's what he said he's going to do, right? So, yeah, man. Crazy, crazy work, man. We're going to see how this pans out with Cory Hulcom. But this is definitely a sad situation. And I already knew once that tape came out, I already knew what type of time it was, man. People see that you can hear about something and it'd be 2-3 years that go by. Once you see the tape, and it's like that tape dropped right after the Anton Daniels situation. So it made it look worse. See what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Y'all definitely let me know what y'all think and tap into the podcast show. Link pinned at the top. If y'all not subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe, man.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all click those links below. Subscribe to the podcast show. You can donate support to the channel, Cash App, PayPal, or buy that weight loss formula. All the links are below. Peace.